Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to Ethics, the Task of Becoming Better, first unit, Ethics and Moral. In this first unit, we're going to talk about the difference between ethics and moral. Therefore, I want to ask you, is there any difference between moral and ethics? Are there any? Maybe, are they the same? What's the difference? How can we identify them? Do we have to identify them because they are the same? What element do they share? What do you know about this? Well, let's see the following table and let's see if we can understand the difference between one and the other. First of all, both have almost the same etymological origin. Both, ethics as ethos in Greek, and moral as mos in Latin, both mean custom, something that you do like an habit. The difference is that mos also become custom from a home, from my house, and the ethos becomes a cultural and beyond cultural custom, something that everybody does, not only my house, not only in my place, but in every place. That's why in philosophy domain, we understand that ethics are scientific and they have a method that we are going to study during this course. On the other side, moral are practical, so we can use it while we act in our lives. In the epistemology domain that you can remember from the first subject of humanities, the ethics is objective. You don't have to interpret anything. On the other way, the moral is subjective. You have to interpret under your own ideals. On the domain of application, the ethics are theoretical. Therefore, you need to think about them. You don't need to act on them. While the moral are applicative, we need to applicate during my life. We applicate it during the ideas that we do. For example, while we think if something is good or bad, we need to applicate it's good or bad becoming according to whom or according to what. On the other way, in the ethics, we can say this is correct or not correct according to some norms or ideals. That's why the origin or where they come from, the ethics come from myself, my individual and my ethical law. We are going to say that in a few classes, don't worry. Meanwhile, the social group is the one that puts the moral into action. That's why every time that we make a choice with ethics, we use it intellectually. Meanwhile, the moral use it in a cultural way. That's why the influence that we exercise during the application of ethics is internal, is to me, it's to my conscious. In the moral, we have an influence to the others. That's why it's external. For example, it is not good to drink a lot. So, if I drink a lot, I will make some actions that are not good. But, for example, in ethics, it's not good to kill someone. Even though it has an external influence because it's also moral, the feeling that I will sense if I kill someone, no one can know it's it. It's another example that can help with this is, and I will ask you this to you, can you tell me, if you hurt yourself, how is that pain to you? Maybe you can describe it to me, but I cannot feel it. That's the way of ethics. You can talk to me about how you feel, but I cannot understand it, while morals I can. That's why also ethics are conscious, because I need to know. I need to know that I am applying the good or the correct actions. In the moral, we don't have that. That's why it is unconscious. Maybe we don't know that in my country, or at least here in Mexico, we, for example, celebrate our Independence Day eating some plates, for example, pozole. But I don't know if you know, but some people in Baja California, they eat tamales instead of pozole. So that's the idea of the change of the. That's why also why moral is sociocultural, because it depends on their context, while in the ethics is for everyone. Everyone celebrates in Mexico the Independence Day. The way that we develop it is moral. And the urgency of we have to apply is that ethics, we need to apply them every time. But moral depends on the group that we are in. So it doesn't need to be applied every time at every moment. See you in the next time.